Now it's my pleasure to introduce the distinguished gentleman from Arkansas, Congressman John Boozman, a co-chair of the House Hunger Caucus. Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir, and we appreciate being here, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member, and members of the committee. I know that we are all here to work on behalf of all the Americans who are fighting to keep food on their tables and their children's bellies full. In the current economic environment, this seemingly simple task is proving to be more difficult for many families than ever before as our nation struggles with the highest unemployment of our time. We on the Hunger Caucus represent various walks of life and political philosophies. We've got the Midwest represented. I'm from the South. And then we've got our Yankee friend over here. Just this week, the USDA released its annual report on food security, as was just mentioned, and the numbers are quite disheartening. The study revealed that in 2008, more than 49 million Americans, nearly 17 million of which are children, were food insecure or were having trouble putting food on the table. This is an increase of 3.5% from 2007 levels, and because this data is lagging statistic from last year, one can only presume that our current situation is worse. And I think that it's for those of us, and all of us are out and about as much as anybody, I think it's worse in the last 6 months than it was in the previous year because of the rise in unemployment and our financial situation that most families find themselves. In my district in northwest Arkansas, we have been blessed with relatively low unemployment compared to some parts of the country, but several plant closures and relentless string of natural disasters have forced many Arkansans who may have even donated in the past to seek assistance from food banks themselves and other charities. Some food banks have seen a 5% increase in unduplicated clients from June of 2008 through June of 2009 and an 18% increase in service requests. Many of these seeking assistance attribute their situation to the same old usual suspects of unemployment, cost of food, and cost of fuel. These folks represent an increase in first-time patrons as well as more patrons who are currently employed. This rise in demand has also meant that occasionally our food banks even have to turn folks away or reduce the amount of food that they give to each person or household. There are a number of things we can do as members of Congress to provide additional relief that are of little or no cost to the taxpayers. In the month of August, the House Hunger Caucus implemented their Hour of Hunger initiative, during which members were encouraged to visit a hunger-related program in their district. The goals of this initiative were several-fold. We knew that our mere presence in any press would generate or would elevate the awareness of the increasing needs of our communities when it comes to hunger relief. Secondly, we knew that once other people saw these faces of hunger firsthand, they would be morally compelled to act. Lastly, this Hour of Hunger provided participating members with the opportunity to engage the people of the front lines of hunger relief, our hunger warriors, and solicit their advice on what Congress needed to do to help them meet the needs of their communities. During the roundtable discussion that I hosted, I had the good fortune of meeting with Undersecretary of USDA Food, Nutrition, and Consumer Services, Janie Thornton, and many hunger warriors from all over the state of Arkansas. What they told me was they needed additional resources, but that it would be equally helpful to find innovative ways to increase cooperation between the different charities and government programs. They believe that a more comprehensive approach to delivery of services such as job training, assistance with energy bills, nutrition assistance, unemployment assistance, or helping finding a job would better enable them to help break the cycle of poverty. There are other ways in which we can help our hunger relief networks access the resources they need with little taxpayer investment. H.R. 3227, a nonpartisan bill that has been referred to the Ways and Means Committee, and of which I am a co-sponsor, would increase the tax deduction for donations of nutritious foods to nonprofit charitable organizations that serve our communities. This would incentivize farmers, restaurants, manufacturers, and grocers to donate foods that might otherwise end up in the garbage by enabling to keep more of what they earn. Gleaning, a process in which farmers or other producers voluntarily open their fields to charitable organizations who then come and pick unharvested fruit and produce, use it to feed the hungry, is another low-cost part of the solution to meeting our hunger needs. In July of 2009, the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance announced in their newsletter that gleaning in Arkansas had already harvested over 160,000 pounds of food for the needy. There are many other things that the government can do to encourage these types of charitable programs with very little cost to the taxpayers. And again, I think that's really what this hearing is all about. I yield back. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you very much.